Farscape Academy Inspector Training. We're here in Chicago in the alleyway behind the Travel Lodge on Harrison, looking at fire escapes in the alleyway, and we're looking for two things. You know, fire escapes must be structurally sound, must be kept painted, and this fire escape here looks like it hasn't been painted as required by law in every 3 years in Chicago. We're looking for evidence of maintenance, and that is the fire escape treads have been swapped out as far as the bolts, and it looks like they've swapped out the bolts on this fire escape. The one thing that I wanted to talk about on this particular fire escape is this weight box here. As you can see, it's inside a protected cage. A lot of weight boxes are not protected by any means, and what happens is if we ever lose the staircase or lose the cable, this thing, not only will the staircase come crashing down, but the weight box is going to come down and crush somebody down below. But whenever you have a weight box of any kind, it has to be in a protective cage so that in case there's an accident, the weight box is controlled. Looking at the cement, we have some cement issues on this fire escape. We're looking for original hardware, and we can see on all the rails and supports, all original hardware is still there. There's no evidence of reinforcement. There's no evidence of rebolting. Just the treads. It looks like the treads were all flipped out, and even though we can see some rust growth inside the tread clips, they do have new hex head bolts on all the treads only, but they didn't do anything on the platforms. They didn't do anything on the rails. So those are all 50 to 75-year-old bolts. We've got some cement issues, and that's not allowed to have original hardware on something that's 50 to 75 years old. They must be either reinforced or replaced to satisfy the architect or the engineer's requirements to sign off on these things. And a lot of the connections into the wall must be verified also or duplicated. And I don't see any duplication, but I do see some cement issues on this fire escape all the way up. But again, this fire escape would not pass inspection. There's another thing too on this fire escape. As you can see, height is always an issue down here. Trucks come in and out of here all the time, and they hit, usually trash trucks. But this cantilever here is nice and twisted, and that's one of the things we're gonna do once this truck gets by. And that is because the cable that comes down and grabs that cantilever, which is a very heavy cable, is actually only grabbing one side. And what you're supposed to do is grab the staircase in the middle. Otherwise, this causes a lot of torsion, and the thing is totally twisted to the right. But if there was a pass-through pulling it on the nose on both ends, then this wouldn't happen. So that's what's missing here on this cantilever, is that it's only grabbing one side, causing severe torsion and twisting of the cantilever unit that comes down. It's about 16 feet in the air plus. So that's a very long staircase being pulled on just one side. Any questions, give us a call here at Farscape Academy, 800-649-3333.